Module 2.4, Steps to Build a Great Environment. So now that we define what is your role as a team lead, your responsibility, which is not to create the games that will become a hit, but to create the best environment for your teams to create a hit. And what are the steps to build an environment for a studio? So the first one is the mission. The mission covers the why. Why are you here? What are you trying to achieve? Why does the studio exist? Why did you build the studio in the first place? Clarify all of that to your team, to the individuals, to make sure as well that they are aligned with this mission, and that's why they're here also with you. And I have touched upon the topic of mission in previous classes that you can go back to see how do you define a studio mission and vision in my first masterclass. The second step is defining the ways of working, the how. How do you work as a studio? And it covers actually many things here in the behaviors you have as a studio, as individuals. It touches also the culture, the processes, and I'll go in details about that in the future modules. The first step is about team values. And team values, I have talked also about it in my first masterclass when you hire. And this is not when after you define your studio and you already have people that you should actually find your team values. Of course, you would have defined them way before when you start to hire your studio and your dream team. And at last, roles and responsibility are really important as well to define the environment you're creating in your studio. And for the second masterclass, we are focusing on building the long-term game for teams, anti-fragile teams. I will focus on these two topics, on how to define the way of working in your studio and how do you define clear roles and responsibility in your studio.